Feeling I'm taking you home. All right, we are live prospecting today. It's going to be a little bit of a smorgasbord, and if you want to see my screen and what I'm working through, you can come join our free school community. The link is in the description or over here. If you're watching on TikTok, the link is in the profile. Let me find the right link here. Let's rock and roll. And remember to set the recording. All right, we're ready to rock and roll. Today I'm live prospecting. It's kind of, I don't know, it's going to be a bit of a smorgasbord. I've been running ragged recently, and I'm trying to get back into like a normal routine and rhythm. I have a property that is that I'll be listing here probably this afternoon. Is coming soon. It'll go live probably Friday morning. That would be potentially a great option for a cash buyer, an investor. And so I'm going to use that. And then I may have one or two other scenarios outside of my market that we will explore here this morning as well. If you're watching on TikTok, the link to come hang out in the school community is in the profile. If you're watching on one of the other live stream channels, the link is in the description. Check that out and come hang out in the schoolroom. It's a lot more fun in here. Let me, first and foremost, I'm going to, what am I going to do here? Hold on. There we go. Share my screen. That's what I'm trying to do. Here we go. Here we go. So I'm in Lead Deck. I'm going to first, and by the way, we're very close to some significant enhancements to just make it even faster and easier to get to the thing that is, the most dollar producing for all of us, which is more conversations. So making it easier to get to the point where you're just logging in on your phone and tapping your way to more conversations, more contracts, and more closings. I'm going to take a look at the buyer counts. Okay, more than I was expecting, to be honest. I'm going to load up cash buyers. I'm going to load up cash buyers and the active landlord buyers as well. This is a listing, or this is the area where I have a listing that's going live very soon. And it's in the county to the north of me, very rural county. There's one traffic light in the whole county. And so I was curious to see what amount of investor buyer activity would show up there. So I'm kind of pleasantly surprised. Now, some of these I may have already spoken with and connected with because I've already reached out to a couple of the cash buyers that I've already got saved in my phone, thanks to Lead Deck. But let's try and find a few other opportunities to work, and I'll share the scripting and how we're going to turn those into. Look at that! That was all 10 of them. Huh, that's wild. Let's go do that as well. So that's building the decks that I will use. I will log into my phone or log into Lead Deck on my phone, and I'll just I'll start tapping. While I'm doing that, I'm going to change the preloaded scripts, the pre-populated scripts that we've got going. Looks like you're a pretty active investor in the Newport area. I'm just going to go very generic. Looks like you're a pretty active investor in the Newport area, looking for any real deals right now, or know anybody who might be. Just kind of open. Fixer, I'm going to call this fixer upper deal in Newport. This is the subject line of the email. And this is work that I can do once, and then all I have to do is tap, and it's pre-populated, personalized, etc. got a property will be listing soon that could be a good deal for the right investor. Interested or know anybody who might be? Let me know either way. Beautiful, beautiful. I'm gonna save those scripts and I'm gonna stop my screen share and I'm gonna pop over to here. So now I've got what? Oh, great! I've got the smorgasbord. Terrific. What zip code is that in? And I probably don't need much else than that. So that was Terrell, who is participating in a little kind of group coaching beta test. And I had asked her very last minute if she would be open to me prospecting for a potential listing she's working on. Before I actually do this, I want to emphasize something that I was talking about it on Monday, I think, with Terrell and Tim, which is doing everything possible to turn results into more results. What does that mean? She has a potential listing. It is a probate property. It's in foreclosure. It's a messy potential transaction, just very transparently. And my point to her was what I would encourage her to do in this scenario or any similar scenario to this is use that to get yourself more client opportunities. In other words, do everything you can to ensure that you're going to win one way or the other. So whether or not she actually is able to get a contract and a closed transaction on that property, we can use that as bait to create more client opportunities. I hope that's landing, but like there's so many applications of this, right? You get a listing appointment. Well, you can use that listing appointment to get yourself more opportunities in that community or within your database, et cetera, right? Just telling stories and narrating, documenting and demonstrating the things you're doing and the wins that you're having to create more of that activity. For example, the example I'm starting with is a listing that I already have the signed listing agreement. But even before I had that, I was leveraging this as a way to get myself in more conversations with people that want or need my help in some form or fashion. Okay. If you're watching live on TikTok and you want to come hang out in the school community, the link is in the bio. If you're watching on one of the other platforms, the link is in the description. Come hang out in there. It's a lot more fun. Plus, you can drop questions in the chat. When I'm sharing my screen, you can see that as well. In fact, here's one quick side note. I'm going to drop this. Actually, no. I actually added something. If you want to, if you want scripts, our scripts books in the school community under classroom in the bonuses section, I added a new tab, Lead Deck AI Scripts Books. I added this morning. You can get access to all of these. It's free to join, and these are the bonuses that are in there for you. I'm going to be using essentially the active buyer scripts book this morning, primarily. We'll see. I might, depending on time, I might end up getting into one of these other ones. But for now, that's primarily what we're going to do. So come join the community, go to the classroom tab, and then there is a bonuses box right here that's got all of that in there for you. Okay. So let's stop the screen share and let's actually get to only 9 minutes in. So could be worse. Let me get my cash buyer deck loaded up here. Where is it? All right. I don't know what's going on here. Let me see. It says downloaded 10. Okay. Well, let's view the deck. There it is. Okay. Brent Zimmerman. So this is the first buyer that I'm going to reach out to. And look at this. Oh my goodness. I've got all this beautiful information. He owns 6 properties. The value of those is just short of $1 million. He's got $500,000 in equity. I've got a script loaded up there. The only bad part is I don't have a ton of contact information for him. But I'm gonna do some additional research. So I'm gonna tap the AI research investor, and then I'm also going to tap the enhanced. I'm going to try and enhance to get more contact details. Oh, well, we didn't get any more contact information, but I'm going to at least try and call. Okay, I tap. I'm going to try and call. We'll see if we've got a good number here. While it's ringing, and I'm waiting for voicemail. If you're watching on TikTok, link to the community is in the profile, and the other platforms, it's in the description. Okay, so the voicemail is disconnected, it says, and you can't leave a message. Well, that's annoying. What else we got here? So I can even see some of the properties that he's bought, which is all cool and well and good. But on this one, it doesn't look like I'm going to be able to get in touch with him. Let me see if there's anything. Oh, look at this. AI generated. It says he's got a cell number. Let me see. Let me see here. No? I'm going to try this one. There's another number hidden in there. I'm going to try it. Whoops, I forgot to tap again. Okay, not working number. So that was right. Let me see if there's anything else in the AI research. Look at all this that we, just with the tap of a button, I brought back all this interesting information. No direct public records found, blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm going to try to do? Let me see here. So his mailing address is right here. I'm going to copy his mailing address. I'm going to copy his mailing address. I'm going to go to Skip Trace. I'm going to pop in his mailing address. And sometimes, for whatever reason, we get additional info and details when we go that route. Let's see if it did. Bummer. It did not. Well, moving on. Win some, lose some. I did all of that to illustrate the idea of going deep, not wide. In other words, doing everything I possibly can to leave no stone unturned to actually get a hold of this person, whether it's a potential buyer or a potentially motivated seller. So just leaving no stone unturned in that scenario. All right, so let's go to the next one. Sylvester also owns 6 properties, 1.5 million in value, and it looks like we have a good mobile number, not on the DNC. So let's go ahead and see if we can get a hold of Sylvester. It's ringing. That's good. Hi, is that Sylvester? This is Josh with eXp Realty. How are you this morning? Good. I was calling because it looks like You pretty active investor and maybe own a property or two up in Newport area. Is that right? No. No on both accounts or no on the Newport account? Really? I don't know. Maybe we've got. It's very possible that our information is wrong. It looked like what do we got here? Oh, you know what? I'm sorry, Duncannon. Duncannon, is that right? Maybe one on Sawmill Road. Oh, no, actually, we've got a property in Newport. It's a fixer-upper. I'm going to be listing it, but we try to be as proactive as possible to try and find, potential buyers for our clients. And so, I was just calling to see because I thought from what I could tell that you were you were an active investor up in that area, but it looks like maybe we've got our info wrong. Oh, okay. It's Sawmill. Oh, yeah. Okay. This is my cell. Yep. Yep. Probably Friday morning. But I can send you. I mean, I've got photos and details on it if it's something that he's interested in, or if you know anybody else. I mean, with you being a contractor, you probably have some guys that maybe would be interested. Of course, absolutely. Let's make it happen. Yeah, primarily, but I'm more of an investor friendly agent, let's say. I mean, I do traditional listings, but I do a lot of this type of property distressed sellers, properties that need work. So, I mean, I'm glad that we're connecting one way or the other because I think there's certainly opportunities to collaborate. Do you typically do work for investors, or do you mostly do like? Okay. Oh wow. Okay. Oh wow. Okay. Cool. Cool. Beautiful. Yeah, man. Yeah, it sounds like it. I mean, that's a lot. That's a lot of doors, especially from that far away. Yeah, I'll text you. I'll share my contact info and details. I'll shoot you the address, and then if you've got anybody in your contact list. Yeah, of course. Yeah, yeah, sure. Beautiful. Okay, right on. I appreciate it. Thanks. So even when it doesn't go to plan, it's still a good thing, right? Even when it doesn't go to plan, it's still a good thing. So somehow or another, his phone number, um, it's his son. I don't know how, but he's a contractor. He's finishing up a project for a California investor who he has done 6 projects for um, in the last few months. He's a California investor, but he owns 45 doors in Carlisle, which is literally like 2 cities over. Um, and so it's a great connection for me, regardless. Contractor. So all I'm doing right now is I am saving him as a contact on my phone, saving him as a contact. I'm going to text him. Thanks for taking my call. I'm going to share my contact info, and I'll drop a link here that has the address and all the photos. And then I'm going to share my contact card. And he said his son might be interested, but he also knows other investors because he's a contractor that primarily works with investors, meaning like investment type projects. And now I got to find the link to the photos. Let me see here. I'm gonna have to grab that from my Gmail. Bear with me. Let's see here. Copy. Boom. Okay, so now I've got him saved. I send the follow-up, I send my contact and the info that has, or the link that has photos and info on the property. And that's a good contact, right? The more connections, the better. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to contact a few more. And then I want to help out Terrell. So I'm going to pivot to calling some in her area. Let me see here. Let me see if I have any others to work. Yeah, okay. Here we go. So we've got 6 properties, 2.8 million, 2.8 in equity, which means, no debt. The first number is a mobile number, but it's on the DNC. So I'm going to try the second number first, which is a mobile number not on the DNC. And this is Travis and Aaron. 2 taps and it's ringing. How's that, Aaron? Aaron, hey, this is Josh with eXp Realty. How are you this morning? It looks like you and Travis are pretty active investors and maybe have some properties in Perry County. Is that right? No. That's not why I was calling. We have one that is going on the market soon. That's a fixer-upper, and more likely, the best option for them is going to be an investor. So I was just calling to see if you or anyone you know are looking for any deals right now. You bet. If you don't mind, this is my cell phone. If you come across anybody, or if you guys change your mind and are looking for anything, certainly keep us in mind. Thanks, Aaron. Bye-bye. So she was, a little bit standoffish, but still a productive conversation. And she thought I was calling to see if they have any properties that they would sell or consider selling. And I was calling because we're looking for a buyer. So win some, lose some. I feel like I've talked to Dale before, but let's give Dale a call. Oh, you know what? I have talked to Dale before. This is great. I talked to Dale on one of these a couple of weeks, probably a couple months ago now. They own, if I remember correctly, this is one of the few people that I got 3 no's. I was actually calling about a property he owns, not interested in selling. Do you have any others that you'd be interested in selling? No, not right now. Are you looking to buy? Not really. But worth a call. Dale, hey, this is Josh Shanley with eXp Realty. I don't know if you remember or not, but we probably spoke a couple of weeks ago, maybe even a couple of months ago. And I was calling because we have a fixer-upper up in Newport, most likely going to be an investor. You know, that's the most likely ideal buyer for the property. And I was calling to see if you are interested, or you know anyone who might be interested. If you could let me know either way. This is my direct cell phone, 717-571-0456. Thanks, Dale. And look at this. So if I tap that, it pre-populates. I'm not going to use the pre-populated one because I actually know this person on some level. Just left you a voicemail, period. I think we spoke a couple of weeks or maybe even a couple of months ago now, period. We've got a fixer-upper coming on the market soon in Newport. And I was just curious if you're looking for any deals right now, or maybe know anyone who might be up in that area, ? Let me know, period. Thanks, ! Boom. Blue text also. It means iPhone to iPhone, right? All right, let me see. I might do one or two more before we pivot to Terrell's. Ooh, this one. Okay, the next couple. I'm going to stay on this a little bit more. 8 properties, $4 million in value, almost all of that equity. Landlines are the highest priority numbers. So I'm just going to try and call those. This is exhilarating when I'm just waiting for the phone to just ring. I know. Gives you a chance to go and know the profile and join the school community, or if you're watching on one of the other platforms, the link is in the description. Come join, check out the bonuses, and you can come hang out in the room here as well. And Harry, you're welcome. You got me thinking. Your question about scripts yesterday got me thinking. All right, so this just wants to ring and ring. I'm going to try. There's one other landline. I'm going to try that. And then I might enhance this one to see if I can find an email. Yeah, good morning. This is Josh with eXp Realty. I'm trying to reach Nathaniel. It looks like he's a pretty active investor up in the Newport area, and we've got a property. It's a fixer-upper that'll be going on the market here soon, and so we're trying to reach out to active investors in the area because that is most likely the ideal buyer for our client. And so if you have his information and can pass along my info, if he is looking for any deals, or maybe he knows of anyone who would be looking for any deals right now, I would greatly appreciate it. My cell phone is 717-571-0456, 717-571-0456. Thanks. All right. Before I move on, I am going to do a couple of things. I'm going to have the AI research. That's a new enhancement, by the way. And I'm going to do the enhanced skip trace to see if I can get a cell phone and or an email address, or if AI can find any other information or details. So we got more phone numbers. Unfortunately, they're landlines and they're on the DNC. So that stinks. But let's see if there's anything good in the AI research. Nate is 28. He resides in New. I mean, this is pretty freaking good stuff. Portfolio, Sean. If you're watching, Sean, this is really good. I mean, look at the AI research that Sean built in that you can just tap and get all this information. Sadly, however, I still don't have any contact info, but I have enough experience. Number one, I have the right family because the voicemail said Peachy, which is the last name. And I have a lot of evidence that when I leave a voicemail like that, that the right person gets the information. In other words, I've had lots of examples of scenarios like that where I am aware that I don't have the right number, but I just transparently share what I'm trying to accomplish. And they will then pass along my information. And I get people that call me, hey, you called my dad, or you called my uncle or my mom or whoever. And it ends up coming back to me. So I'm going to make a couple more here. I'm going to make a couple more here. I'm seeing some things that I didn't even realize we had built in here. So this next one owns 6 properties, 2.8 million in value. That's just the AVM value. About half of that in equity. And it definitely looks like he purchased a property in Newport. So let's see if we can get a hold of Carrie or Patricia. Yeah, hi, this is Josh with eXp Realty. I was trying to reach Carrie or Patricia. It looks like they're a pretty active investor in the Newport area, and we've got a fixer-upper coming available soon. And I was just trying to get a hold of them. It was one of those, the automated attendant things. Now it's trying to ring through. Oh, it looks like it hung up. So I'm just going to tap. Just tried to call, but wasn't able to leave a voicemail. Period. Just add that and tap to send that. There's a landline here. And then there's a couple of emails, but they don't seem to match. I mean, the one of them, I don't know. I'm going to try the emails just because I haven't even done a pre-populated email, but look at that. Tap, tap, and away we go. There's 2 of them that seem like, maybe they could be the right one. And I've got 2 landlines. I'm going to try 2 landlines here. We'll see. Oh, whoops! I didn't do the second tap. Sometimes I'm a goof. Oh, so it's no good. When that happens, I can actually hide the number in the deck. There's one more landline that it shows is active, but we'll see. It's worth a shot. That one just isn't ringing. It's not doing anything. Okay. So at this point, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to finish working through those because it's a, it's a minimal amount. But actually, you know what? There's only one more on the list. Oh, no, I stand corrected. There's 1, 2. So I'm going to finish those. Oh, my guy, Donald? Huh. I see a good one on there. Anyway, I'm going to finish those later. But because I planted the seed with Terrell, I pulled another deck here of cash buyers. Why are they not showing up here? This is weird. Command Shift R. I'm just trying to figure out what. I know Sean's making some enhancements. Yeah, they're not showing up there, but if I go here, there they are. Okay, so I'm gonna pivot back over to my phone. But what I'm doing now is I'm going to call cash buyers on behalf of Terrell, who has an off-market property that could be a good deal. And I'm doing this to illustrate, well, number one, I'm doing this to help Terrell. Number two, I'm doing this to illustrate the point that when you get a result, even if it's not a listing agreement or a listing contract or whatever that the case may be, leveraging that to create more results, to get more client opportunities is what this game is about. Because even the best, the transactions that seem, rock solid, stuff happens, right? So let's turn one into many. As often as we can do that, turning one into many more, the more likely we are to win long term. Is 818 a Hawaii phone number? Okay, no, I got 808. 808 is Hawaii. I got panicked a little bit because it's 8:36 Pacific time, but Hawaii time, it'd be real early. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to try Nelsa here to see. By the way, Terrell, if you're listening, there is a lot of cash buyers and active landlord buyers in that zip code. Hi, is that Nelsa? This is Josh with eXp Realty. I was calling. It looks like you might be a pretty active investor in the Lancaster area in California. Is that right? Wrong number. This isn't Nelsa. Okay, my apologies. Bye-bye. Well, I'm going to try the landline that I have here for Nelsa. We'll see. Sometimes when property owners, like this person has 22 properties, and what can happen in those scenarios is sometimes the tenants show up. So I'm going to do the AI research and the enhanced on this to see if we get some other contact info. Well, I didn't get any contact info, but let's see what the research came back at. Real estate investor profile. And these 3 residential properties. Man, these summaries are pretty freaking wild. Lots of detailed information, but I'm just gonna, there's nothing more, there's no more contact info. So I'm gonna move to the next one. Owns 19 properties, 18 million in value, and 8 million in value, all equity. In other words, no debt on the properties. Oh, well, not a working number. So I'm going to do the AI research and the enhanced to see if we can get more contact info for. Oh boy, man, this this one yielded a lot of contact. Holy smokes. So let's see here. I'm going to try. Let me try something here. Let me try it. Yeah, okay. So here's a little trick I tried. If you Google the phone number and the phone number is publicly listed, and it's not a robocall, like even if it's on the DNC, kind of pretty safe. Hi, I was trying to reach Abdul. This is Josh Shanley with eXp Realty. What's that? Is this Abdul? Well, win some, lose some. Let me try this other number. See if this one is this number. This one is also listed. No, it's not. Well, I'm going to try the next one. We'll see here. Okay. Ralph owns 5 properties, significant amount of equity. Let's see if we can reach Ralph or Karen. All right, so the connection was funky there. I don't know why, and I didn't change my pre-populated script. So I'm just going to tweak the pre-populated script. We've got an off-market fixer-upper available. So there we go. And I've got I very likely have the good working email for this one. Between the two, just looking at them, like one is essentially the initials plus probably a birth date. And then the other one is first name, last name at Gmail. So one of those is very likely the working number for him. So I'm going to tap now. Fixer upper deal in Lancaster. So I'm manually doing this because I've only got a few more in the deck. We've got an off-market fixer-upper that could be a good deal for the right investor, ... Let's see here. Off-market. We've got an off-market fixer-upper that could be a good deal for the right investor. My talk to text is going crazy. I have found, in particular, with the active buyers, when you've got a good email, which again, I can just eyeball it and tell that more than likely one of those two emails is the email that he actually uses, we get a very high response rate. Holy smokes. All right. This one owns 40 properties. And we've got a mobile number not on the DNC. Oh, yeah. I was trying to reach Ulrich. This is Josh Shanley with eXp Realty. Is this Ulrich? Yeah, I was calling. It looks like you are a pretty active investor in Lancaster, California area. Is that right? Well, we've got an off-market fixer-upper in that area, and so we're just reaching out to folks like yourself to see if you are looking for any deals or maybe know anyone who might be and may be interested. Well, I can have Terrell on my team get you all the info. She's got photos. She can get you the address, etc. Um, would it be best to have her call you, text you, email you the info? Text you at this number? Okay, perfect. I appreciate you taking the call. Her name is Terrell, and I'll have her follow up here in the next hour or two. Thank you. There you go, Terrell. We got at least one, and this would be a good one to foster a relationship with because, according to our information, he's got 40 properties. So, Terrell, I'm going to send you that information, his contact info, as soon as we're wrapped up here. But I've got one more. I just pulled 5 because of timing. And I've got one more here that I want to reach out to. 5 properties, significant amount of equity. There's only one phone number, but it's a mobile number and it's not on the DNC. So we just tap and tap. Bada bing. And I already forget what the number is. Okay. This will be cool. I'm going to share my screen here. Because it's hard to see on my phone. Yeah, I was trying to reach Martinez or Jesus. I was calling because it looks like a pretty active investor in the Lancaster area, and we've got an off-market fixer-upper that could be a good deal for an investor. And I was just curious if you're looking for any deals or maybe know anyone who might be right now. If you could let me know either way. This is my cell phone. I'll shoot you a text as well, and I appreciate it. So I'm going to tap to text this one as well. And then I want to show on my screen here some of the cool functionality. And I should have just edited the script, but whatever. We have an off-market fixer-upper that could be a good deal for the right investor, ... Blue text, so iPhone. What I was describing and what was hard to see on my phone is this data enrichment and outreach. So I can do this AI enhanced search, and then I can also enhance the data to see if we can find any other phone numbers or emails. Oh, look at that. So a whole bunch of them. We've got a landline. We've got Gmails, Yahoos, the M. Martinez. I don't know. That might be That might be correct. Arcos bearer. I don't know if these, sometimes it's hard to tell if the emails are accurate. Sometimes it's very obvious, like the one before, when it was, first name, last name at Gmail. I mean, it's very likely the right email. And then also it pulled back this additional information. I mean, this is the level of detail here. Sean, bravo, right? It just means we can have more detailed and relevant, congruent conversations with the folks that we're reaching out to. So here's what I'm going to do, actually, is the Wendy. You're the best. Wendy's got me the live stream that doesn't have the screen share and the one that does going at the same time. You're funny, Wendy. All right, let me. I'm going to find Ulrich. Okay, yep, that was Ulrich, and I'm going to add in Terrell. Ulrich. I appreciate you taking my call, period. I'm CCing Terrell on my team here, period. She'll get you the address and additional details on the off-market property I was calling about in Lancaster. And Terrell, I'll get you the rest of the details about that particular investor. He said text. I would share the contact info, and if you don't hear back from him, I would call him later today to just make sure that he got the info that was promised. All right, so let's see here. Richard, 818, part of your old stomping grounds. Love it, love it, love it. Some housekeeping items as I kind of wrap it up here. Number one, we'll get the replay of this live in the school community later today. And if you're not part of the community, check the link in the description or in the bio, etc. Come check it out. Make sure you check out the bonuses tab or section in the classroom. Tomorrow we'll have the live demo. We do that every Thursday at noon. I'll demo even more of the cool features and functionalities with LeadDeck, including working expired listings, which we did an info session on yesterday, on how David, I think David was in here, may still be in here, turned one expired into 3 potential listings, and the process that we have for leveraging the data that you're already paying for in your MLS and using LeadDeck to get you into more conversations with those folks. You can check that out in the school community. We live stream them in there. And if you aren't currently a LeadDeck licensee, there are 2 ways you can get a license. We have 3 licensing packages. And we also have a partner program where you can get the license for free. If you're interested in exploring either or both of those options, you can DM me or you can email me at josh@growwithjosh.com. josh@growwithjosh.com. All right. Make it a great rest of the week, everybody. And hopefully see you tomorrow on the live demo.